Hi, I'm your host, Ron Knight.
And I'm John Williams III, co-host of the show.
Join us for the Entertainmentfirst podcast every week. It's all about the music and more. Well, all right. I'm here with Johnny B. Good. All right, Johnny B. Good. We got our first show getting ready to happen, man. Right off the planet.
Oh yeah, we are. It's going to be exciting too.
You know, this is really funny because, you know, we've spent the last 11 months over in Australia. And I was really thinking about this. And as a matter of fact, you and I communicated a couple of times while we were over there. And I said to myself, you know, when we get back, we got to do something really, really strong, you know. And, you know, I always wanted to get into podcasting because I had been in radio before and had a couple of shows which you've been on, as a matter of fact, bringing in some superstars. So today we are going to be doing a show with Stephen Cartledge, who is also a staff trainer and manager for the Mayweather boxing team. That's right, TMT. And we're going to be getting down. It's really interesting because I really want to talk to him about, as a matter of fact, a young kid in Australia. I want to talk to him about you.
Yeah, I do too, because I've seen where he grew up. He grew up in North New Jersey, and
oh, we got something in common.
Yeah, and the things he has done, what he's gone through as a kid, and then his family, what they were into,
right.
Which he followed his family's footsteps, which is really, really good, and what he's doing for the kids these days as well.
Right on. I think it's going to be good. So if you happen to be looking at our podcast today, we would like you to consistently look at it, give us some support. We're going to have subjects, different subjects all the time. I'm going to try to stay on track with everything that we do. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be getting on with the show very shortly. So just stay tuned when I have my first guest.
We'll be right back.
All right, we got it right here, man, and we got the man. That's right, the one and only Stephen Cartledge, man. You know, let's play some respects to especially, I tell everybody this. I come from a boxing town, you know, so we can stay on the same page to hold. Because when you I grew up on Dayton Street, man, next to Elizabeth, the old Twin City skating ring.
Okay.
And
Twin City.
Twin City, you know, man. Look, I think the last group I saw out there was the 5 stair steps.
Man, you old.
You know what I'm saying?
You old.
5 stair steps, man.
You old. You older than me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you just cut your raise.
That's right, man. You know, no, you got to stay healthy. You know, you got to stay healthy. So look, hey, Steve. Steve is a trainer and manager for TMT. And anybody knowing that is Floyd Mayweather's conglomeration of boxing heroes, which I totally, totally respect, man. So I want you to start off with what you would like to talk about today and where you are taking your accolades right now and spreading them out across the world.
Well, right now, you know, I'm still new to the game, but I have fun with it. I've learned a lot, not only from Floyd, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, a few other, Roy Jones, I done spoke with him, Tarver, you know, a few of the other fighters that's out there. You know, one of my favorites is Jetty on Love from TMT. Okay. All the TMT fighters. One person that I really liked the most was a young man named Angelo Leo, who just became WBO champion. A great kid. You know, great, very respectful. You don't hear much about him.
Right.
You know, one day, hopefully, we can have him out and you can hear his story on his own. But when it really comes to the gym, I love everybody. I respect them all.
Now, how did you get involved in boxing? I mean, I could answer that question. I probably know the answer, but I want you to tell it.
Well, we had an uncle named Big George back in the day. Every day he had to do handwork, pads, boom, 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 whatever. And then I wasn't heavy into it, but I was about 15 when Floyd Sr. had asked me to go running with him. And I ran with him, and he tried to get me to get into it, but you know, it's just not my cup of tea. I know the basics, but you have to be some type of a beast to get in that ring.
Yeah, you ain't
to
joking.
box.
I
That's
agree,
something that you cannot
I agree.
play
I
with.
agree.
You must take that very serious because it only takes one punch to end your career.
Yeah, exactly, man. Now, that's funny you said that because I had a brother named Kurt, and he's passed now, you know. I miss him dearly, but I really wish he had gotten into the game because he could have taken all that energy that he had, and he probably wouldn't be where he was. But I was a little bit too young to actually, you know, coax him along.
Right.
But he was a beast, you know. And I think about him all the time, man. And when, actually, you remind me of him. I'm serious, man. You actually remind me. John, you wanna ask Steve a question?
Yeah, you know, I just saw what you went through as a kid and all that, and I'm seeing about your one of your cousins that got into the baseball, right? Yankees?
Yeah, well, I have an uncle.
Uncle?
Well, actually, he's my oldest cousin, but we call him our uncle. His name is Eddie Andrews.
Right.
He was one of the first black men to put on a Yankees uniform.
Wow. That's amazing.
Back then. I also have an uncle who's deceased now, also my cousin Eddie. He's deceased. His name is M.H. Cartledge, meaning Minsky Harold. He pitched back in the Negro League, and he beat one of the best pitchers in the Negro League, who was Statue Page, in 11 innings, and he beat him 1-0.
Wow.
All right.
So we do have a history of, but Floyd was the one that took it way to the next
To the next level. And there's always people in somebody's family that will take it to the next level.
Right.
It may not be you, but everybody helps out.
Right.
What I wanted to ask you is, you participated also in football,
Oh, yeah.
basketball,
You sure?
and I'm sure you remember. Do you remember a place in Newark called Weequahic Park?
Yes, I was just going to say that.
You know, I knew you was going to say. Well, I used to play baseball in Weequahic
And
Park,
we wait part.
and I remember the Negro League because I watched. That's how I really got involved in baseball because I used to go to. You remember they had all the
right.
diamonds.
Everything was there.
Everything was
Either
there.
it
Racetrack.
Track, yeah. And not also then, did you ever play in Jamesburg?
Yeah, in James. Yeah.
At damn, what's the name?
Rawway.
No, in Jamesburg Park. In Jamesburg, New Jersey. They had a baseball field back there
Yeah, I
by
think
the
I
park.
did. I just it goes
That's
way
where
back.
they had one of the farm teams. I knew
Right.
the Yankees League farm teams played back there because I used to go watch my cousin, who I just mentioned,
Right.
play ball because he was a pitcher.
I saw some great games
Yes.
in that park, including football games, with no equipment on. With no equipment.
I've seen the baseball games, but the football is a little, you're a little older, but the
Yeah.
baseball, yeah, I was there.
The football. Only reason I saw the football is because I had an older brother named John, who they used to call Killer,
Okay.
and he was about your size. But what a tackler! I mean, I can remember watching my brother tackle big dudes, man, big dudes in that park.
What was he? A cornerback?
No, tackle.
A tackle?
Yeah, he was a tackle. Yeah, he was but he was full on.
Yeah, I was a wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
Yeah. On the back of my jersey, I had
Maybe-
catch,
you know,
catch
he-
me if you can.
You know, he might have been, but you know, I was a little kid, so I was only real.
Yeah.
I think watching him, I probably would only been about maybe 8 years old.
Because y'all had one of the best, Newark was having, back then in the early 70s, had one of the best football teams
Yeah.
around
Mm-hmm.
in Jersey.
And I think my brother was playing on that team at the time, you know. But I was, like I said, I was a really little kid at the time. So my brother was like 13 years older than me. So, but all right, my next question is: you grew up watching Eddie Mustafa Muhammad. Now that's a real familiar name to me. That's a real familiar.
Man. Yeah, crazy. Eddie Mustafa Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Joe Frazier. When we was kids, you know, you had Wild World of Sports, ABC,
I remember that.
NBC,
Yeah.
all of them was the sports. We would run home actually and watch them.
Right.
You know, and then when I came out here, it was crazy. When I came,
When did you get out here?
6 years ago,
All
I
right,
came to
okay.
work with well, it's another story for that.
Right.
But I'm here.
Right, fair
And
enough.
I haven't looked back, but one of the outside of my cousin Floyd telling me, if you listen, you'll become successful in this business.
Right.
I talked to, I walked past Eddie Mustafa about 2 weeks straight and I kept looking at him. And then I finally had the nerve to ask him who he was.
Yeah, right.
Because I hugged him. I know he was like, who the hell is this grown man
Yeah,
hugging
right.
me? And I looked at him and said, you know, I used to run home to watch it. And it was just a pleasure because I never thought I'd be doing what I'm doing today.
Today, right, yeah.
But I'm doing it. And his favorite was, Judge, just sit over here next to me and I got you. And that's how I started getting into the program. You know, I like fitness. I am an athlete.
Right.
But I've been beat. I have a beef with one person. That's my cousin.
Okay,
Because he
okay.
beat me real bad in a basketball game. He still think he's the man.
You still think you the Mac, bro?
Still think he the man. He beat me
Yeah.
3 games and I scored 1 point. That's bad.
Wow.
Wow.
3 games straight.
3 straight.
That's bad, man.
Yeah,
That's
but
real
I can
bad.
admit it. I'm a true
Well,
warrior.
that's the only way you're gonna beat him. Because you can admit it.
Yeah.
And one day you get him.
And he had me on stream TV.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
oh,
yeah.
so I've seen all over the world.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, man. You know, I met a young Aboriginal kid in Australia.
And he's listening.
Is he listening
It's
or
on
far
Facebook.
out? His name is David Doggin. He's about 15 years, I think 15 or 16 years old. You know, I actually saw him on the beach. I don't know how I thought that this kid would be a boxer, but let me ask you something, because you're with TMT, and I did stop over to TMT to ask them, what does it take for a young Australian Aboriginal kid to come over here and get tested?
Heart.
Heart?
I'm gonna say it like this. It's a different gym. I done been in some gym.
Right.
Once a week, 3 times a day, every day we open 5 days a week. We got somebody, I had a guy come in here today, told me he was the next Ali.
Right.
Looked like he was drunk as a barrel. But he claimed he was this, he was that. One thing I'm gonna tell any fighter, when you step up in that Mayweather boxing club, be ready to fight, cause they're hungry in there. It's they're animal. I ain't gonna say
You
animal.
understand that? Yeah.
Doghouse.
It's hungry.
And then,
It's a different type of hunger that they have in them. And one thing that we don't believe in is somebody else coming in our gym
Right.
and taking over. Because one thing about me, they always tell you, I got the biggest mouth in there and I talk the most
yeah, right.
BS that you could, to where my cousin tell me all the time, man, hush, you don't fight. Know what I tell him? Mind your business.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You know what I mean? But it just be out of love. You
Yeah,
know what
right.
I mean? I may not know as much as he know or any other, but I will get you in the shape to where they'll know you've been with me.
Well, Dave, I hope you listen to that because I'm talking to the real deal. All right? I'm talking to the real deal,
And you
brother.
better have some heart.
Okay? You heard it, Dave. You didn't have to hear it from me. You heard it from TMT, the gym, and you heard it from the masters. But I want you to make it because I believe in you, brother. Let me ask you something, man. During your tenure in New Jersey and here, what do you find the difference between Vegas and back home?
Don't say it.
You want to be honest?
Yes,
Truthful?
very truthful.
I can't say what I want to say.
Well, if you think
What I miss about it?
right,
I miss my friends. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no tendencies of going back to live there
right,
if it's not meant for me to be there.
right,
The difference between New Jersey and Vegas I had too many friends and I was doing too much of the wrong stuff. And then when you try to switch your life, people don't like that.
Yeah, they don't understand.
And they don't understand it. They'd rather for me to been the drug dealer, the drug user, and the knucklehead that I just did what I had to do to survive. But once I got here in Vegas, through the help of my cousin, Deborah Sinclair, who was Floyd's mother, I just told her one day some stuff kicked off, and I told her I'm going to Vegas. I never looked back. When I got to Vegas, I just saw opportunity for me. The reason why it was an opportunity for me, because nobody knew me, and I could be who I wanted to be.
Exactly.
And when you hear a lot of, you can't do this without me, you can't do this, and you ain't gonna do that. Yeah, it clicked in my mind for a little while that I couldn't, until I decided, can I say hell? I'm gonna say it anyway.
Yeah.
The hell with y'all, I'm gonna do me.
We keeping it real, brother. Go ahead, John.
And you know, that's like same with me, because I'm from San Francisco, but I had to move here, get away from the people I was hanging around with, and getting back to the music industry and doing what I had to do and enjoying life here too. So, and I do understand where you're coming from, and you know, that's exactly where I'm coming from too. So what was your best time in your life, in your career here with the well, overall?
Overall, see, as little Leo raised his hand as a champion, the reason why I say that was when he came to our gym, he was like the third fighter that I was interested in, because I had two other ones that just wanted something but didn't want to put the effort into it. The thing about Angelo Leo, he sat back and was quiet. He's a quiet killer. And when we got together, the only thing we went off was a handshake and 2 words. If you listen, I'll help you get there. And the biggest accomplishment for me was, you know how you start something, you get there, something push you back.
Yeah,
You
that's
start all over,
Yeah.
something push you back. But this time, when they were trying to push me back, I just kept going. And the team that I built was amongst Angelo and his father, my cousin John Sinclair, and me. And we just put it together, and all we had was us and what we had to make Angelo grow. And to see me and listen to his story and see where he at right now, it was a great accomplishment for me, because I was there to help start it.
Yeah, right.
Be in the middle, and be there to see him raise his hand. And I'm waiting to see him raise his hand again when he have his next title fight.
When will he be fighting soon, you know?
Hopefully we'll know something maybe by December, maybe the first of the year.
Yeah, I guess when they open up everything too as well. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is in my industry right now.
And how has that affected your industry?
Well, it's bringing people closer to me, asking me to help work with them. When you get other fighters to come to you and ask you for your assistance, yeah, I go for it. It ain't always the best with them, because fighters are strange as hell. Now keep it real. I'm strange because I got to deal with them. You got your knucklehead fighters and you got your real fighters. I ain't gonna mention no knucklehead names, but they know who I'm talking about.
Right.
But I love them all. You know, and it's fun. Each one of them I work with is something new.
And that's the important thing, that it's fun. It's not even a job.
Right, that's
You know
what
I'm saying?
it ain't a job to me.
Yeah, it's not even a job, man. It's something you do normally, naturally, and look, I totally can relate to it. Because see, I chose to be, you know, even though, like I said, I was an athlete, but I chose music.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, one of the reasons I chose is because you see my finger, see that first finger?
It's fucked up.
Yeah. I got
Excuse me.
Me and my brother, that's okay. Me and my brother got into a hassle for wearing the shirt. You know what it's like, family. Yeah. And it was probably my fault because he had something wrong with his tooth. I hauled up, you know, and he had a lamp, swung it, hit me in my hand. I didn't even know the finger was off. So when they took me to the hospital, I'm serious. When they took me to the hospital, I was looking at my hand. I mean, when I was in the hallway, I looked and the guy said, "Man, your finger's not there." A friend of mine named Reggie Moore, and I didn't even know it was off. But when I saw it, I panicked because I knew that I was never going to pitch again. And I played first base because I'm left-handed, and I was an outfielder too.
So what made you think that you couldn't? Did you try to pitch?
Yeah, I did, man. As a matter of fact, I had a glove made for this special for hitting and pitching. But every time that ball would roll back like that, we hit that nerve. Because he said the only way he was going to be able to save it was they would have to do that microsurgery. So you know what I'm saying. And and so that's how my career ended in sport. So I chose music, but music is very much like boxing to me. That's how I look at it. I look at it on the same plane. So I know exactly where you're coming from, man. Yeah. John, you got any more questions? Why this is you know what? For being my first interview for my first podcast, I'm really enjoying it. This is really relaxed.
I enjoyed it too.
This is relaxed.
Because Sunday, if I'll tell you, I'm trying to launch my first show.
Okay.
And if we all could come together, I have our fighters that need some recognition. And I believe in them when they're in there and they ask me, and like I told them, if we can make it happen, we can bring them on Sunday. So it's going to be at 1 o'clock. If you want to join me, you can show me a few tips. I mean, it's something new to me, but I'm letting everybody know. Yeah, Steve C TV will be rocking on Sunday, having fun.
There you go.
We got dominoes. You play dominoes?
No, I don't.
Do you know
everybody?
We got a dominoes tournament we're gonna have going on Sunday too. But I don't know. We taking the ball. It's on.
I heard it's on.
And I'm keeping it real. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I tell you this much: it's gonna be some crazy
off the chain.
And off the chain. And if you know,
where's it at? Right here. We'll see what we can do about that, bro.
You ain't doing nothing Sunday at the church. What you doing?
No, I ain't doing. No,
Wife got you stuck at home?
No. She always with me. That's her right there. She, here she is. She's sitting right there.
Oh, okay.
But it's all cool.
I'm sorry.
We out to support. We out to support. So you don't have. There's no worry.
So what's happening, wifey? Since I got turned over in.
What time? What time?
We want to do it 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. What you got? You got 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
You know, I got. I've asked Stevante Davis Camp to come. Coach Calvin and his crew to come.
Who's he fighting next? Davis. Who's he fighting next? There's one of them. I heard there's one guy.
Leo Santa Cruz.
Is he Santa Cruz? I heard one guy. They keep rapping on TV that he should stay away from. I forget the guy's name. Oh, I don't know.
Devin Haney.
Say again.
Devin Haney.
Yeah, they're claiming they used to, but I don't think so.
I ain't even gonna say nothing about it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna talk about it.
I did see him box, but I think Davis he's got something a lot of people don't have.
All I'm gonna say is
young Mike Tyson.
He's a different type of individual.
He is.
When it comes to his skills.
Yeah, I've watched him.
That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Fair enough.
You step up in there with him, just know what the hell you finna get. I'm keeping it real.
No, keep it real, bro. Keep it real. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Steve Cartledge here, and I'm telling you, I have enjoyed this interview.